Okay, so it's Halloween, and I'm going to design some stabbing sound design using Weaponiser here. I've got this video, let's take a look. Okay, so let's build this up straight out of Weaponiser's Battle Bundle, which we've got installed here. So we've got a whole load of whooshes. Let's introduce one of these into our onset layer. Now I'm going to build up my second layer. So in the body, I'm going to add in some other fruit foley style effects. I'm going to use some of this cabbage. In we go. Let's solo this. Now I'm going to add some body thuds using some boxing gloves. And I'm going to add some wood floor texture. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of different things here. I'm going to look for something with a bit more weight. There we go. So I'll add this to my library. Let's see what this layer sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to pitch these all a little. I'm going to mix them and add them together. I'm going to use the timeline to offset the body and the whoosh. Now let's add some other layers into my thump layer. So I'm going to add in some fruit foley, some butternut squash. Sounds a bit like this. I'm also going to add in something that sounds a bit more crunchy. Maybe these apples. I like that last section in particular, so let's add that in. And also I'm going to use the synth here to add a little bit of low end bit of weight here. So I'm going to adjust the amplitude envelope and the duration and the pitch envelope and throw that in as well. I'm going to offset that layer as well. Now for our tail, I want something quite grotesque, so I'm going to add in some celery crunching. I'm going to select a section of that file and in another section as well. I'm going to adjust the amplitude envelopes and the speeds. I'll offset that a little bit as well. Now we've got a quick knife sound design. Let's see it with the video. Okay, now so I'm going to add some variation because each one of those stabs sound exactly the same. So by holding Alt or by grabbing the white pin on all of these sample players in Weaponiser, I'm going to add some variation very quickly to a whole collection of these samples that I'm using, so that every time I trigger, it'll sound slightly different. I'm going to add some drunk timing variation as well from the timeline. And I'm also going to add in some extra whooshes. So I can drag these into the bank, and now every time the onset engine is triggered, we'll hear a different whoosh. And with everything else, and the video, sounds like this. So from this main core design that I've produced really quickly, all of a sudden I can change a lot of variation, and I can also change the preset using those same trigger points. Because Weaponiser uses MIDI to trigger the entire engine, I can do this really quickly and really easily. So I prepared some other approaches to this scene. Let's see what they sound like. Okay, that one's even more gruesome. So maybe I'll try another preset using the same trigger points that I've set up. And now I can go back to the one I just produced in the first place. So you can see that we can really quickly build up a complex, detailed design with lots of variation, and also switch out the presets to get different approaches to the scene, all using Weaponiser. Thanks for watching.